All right, thank you for staying with us. Before we went on the break, we were speaking with the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sule, who has been speaking with us with regards to developments within the state, the APC's presidential campaigns in the state, as well as his plans as he seeks re-election. All right, before we went on the break, I asked a question with regards to the number of persons that came out despite the challenges that you witnessed leading up to the campaigns in your state. And one question that I needed your response to was the crowd we saw. What message is it sending to the opposition in the state?
Well, what we did was to ensure that we brought out people who truly believe in President Muhammadu Buhari, believe in our presidential candidate Bola Tinubu, and of course believe in our own administration of Governor A.A. Sule and Dr. Akabi. We have touched every local government that you can think of in Nasarawa State. There is no local government I have not been to. There is nowhere that we have not done one big project or the other. Even the opposition, most of the opposition, there are instances where people will deny area dominated by opposition, for one project. I have constructed roads and other things to the heart of the opposition. So that's what we did as far as Nasarawa State is concerned, because even within an area where it is dominantly opposition, you can find some people there who are not opposition. So for the benefit of those people, let the opposition gain. That's our own mission, that's our own policy when it comes to that. So that's why you saw the people that came out in mass. A lot of those people that we had more people outside the stadium, we call it Lafayette Square. We had more people outside Lafayette Square than we had inside Lafayette Square, because we followed through the routes, where every route we followed from the airport, all the way to our city gate, all the way to the palace, to the federal secretariat, where people that line up, and even outside, because Lafayette Square will only take roughly about 7,000 to 10,000 people, but outside we had more than 20,000 people. So that's what we saw, and that's what the president saw. And not only that, the people came out to listen to the president, but they were quiet, they were attentive. There was no chaos. So the synergy, that we saw, was actually showing that people are happy with APC, both at the federal and at the state level. So that's what happened.
Yes, I'm sure that you heard the response of the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar when he said that what Nigerians are going through with the currency problem and also the fuel problem, he described this as little inconvenience. And Peter Obi of the Labour Party described this as some inconvenience, and Nigerians should bear, and that there should be no postponement and so on. What did you think when you heard those comments?
Well, you see, when majority of Nigerians are APC, majority of politicians are voting for APC, then you will not expect anything less from the opposition. I'm not surprised at the statements coming out from any of the opposition parties. Because in politics, what people try to do is to take advantage of every situation that there is. And I think that's what they are trying to do. But if you see the number of people who are suffering today, it's beyond APC supporters. People who can go to the bank, even with their own money. People who cannot exchange, they cannot buy foodstuff with their money. So it's more than little inconvenience. Because if people don't eat for 3, 4, 5 days, that is beyond inconvenience, and definitely beyond little inconvenience. So unless if they are not familiar with what people are going through, because all this suffering that you are seeing people are going through, all this frustration that some of us say we are going through, there are some people that are not even they are not facing anything whatsoever. So if people don't face that, how do you expect them to do otherwise? I think that's just what is happening here. Otherwise, anybody who will go down the street, for me, in my life, I've always had the opportunity to go down to the street. When I was the group managing director of Dangote Sugar, I didn't sit in Lagos. I was all over Makola Market, Singa Market, in Kano. This at every major market, I will go down there myself. I will walk through the market. I will come across the wheelbarrow. I will come across that. That's so, I'm that kind of person. And the same thing as I am as a governor. I come down and enter the market and enter the shops and enter the palaces and enter so that people will, so I can feel the pain of what people are going through and feel the happiness of what people are going through. So, but if you don't have that kind of opportunity and you are not like that, then you expect that you can say anything. And this is really the fact. That's the only response I can have to that.
All right, Mr. Governor, with this situation, Nigerians are expressing their frustrations. Do you have concerns that this could have some kind of impact in the coming election?
It will definitely have negative impact on the coming elections if decisions are not taken to reverse some of the problems we are facing. As I said, forget even about the governors, forget about those people who are looking for elections, forget about presidential candidates. You have seen even INEC. INEC had to go to central bank and beg them for funds so that they can have cash, because there are certain transactions that they will carry during this election. If there is no cash, they can't carry it. This is the reality. Now, we have also heard, from the pages of the newspapers that, yes, CBN governor had promised he was going to give them money. Let's see how much he gives them, for that. So from there, you have to be concerned. Our only remedy here that will pacify us is the fact that Mr. President said in a certain number of days, he will do the best he can, to resolve this matter. Because right now, for instance, I was in Toto, in Umasha. The people cannot buy anything with the old money. So they call it old money right now. If you go carrying out transactions, people are not interested. So people carry their grains, their foodstuff, their shops, they lock them up, they are waiting for new money to come. The new money is not available. So somebody who is in that kind of situation, what does he care about any election? Are you going to ask him go and vote, and then he will tell you, is he going to vote on empty stomach? So I think it's a serious problem we are facing, and I hope those who are bringing this matter understand that. And that's the reason why this matter did not come to the National Executive Council, National Economic Council, where the governors, the vice president, the CBN governor, Minister of Finance, and all these people are. You will expect that if there is going to be something like this, it will be discussed extensively at the NEC meeting. But it was not brought to NEC meeting at all, not to my knowledge, because Nasarawa State is one of the states with perfect attendance when it comes to NEC. I attend most of NEC, over 80%, and the remaining 20% that I can attend, my deputy governor attends. So we have not seen this. We have not discussed it. So what is the essence of the economic council if you cannot even discuss issues about changing your money? So these are the challenges that everybody must face. Why should NEC go and beg any central bank to give them cash? So people just wake up overnight and think that you can change Nigeria to cashless when you don't have all the structures necessary to do the cashless. We don't have it yet. I live in America for most of my career life, so I understand what cashless is. I love it. It's a wonderful thing. It's working in America. I went to school in America. I work in America for most of my life. Okay? And it is a good thing. But is Nigeria ready for cashless? It's a gradual thing. You don't wake up and see something happening in China and then say you will apply it in Nigeria, because you have not gone through the steps to ensure that it happens. So I think that's really my own frustration. Not that I don't understand what cashless is. I school in a cashless society. I work in a cashless society before I actually came back here.